it hasn't been an easy road. And it's been profoundly rewarding at the same time. And just when we think, oh my gosh, how are we going to keep going? We get that message from somebody who listened to an inspiring interview or went out and just linked together 5 miles on a run, and they say that what is moving through us into the world is allowing them to change their life. And so that's why we keep going. And as I was speaking to Vishuddha the other day on the phone, it's like we have no other choice. It's truly what BJ and I came together in this life to do. And to have an experience like this with all of you is it's just that gift, you know, that you get from that cosmic consciousness that says, I see you, and you have to keep going. And it's incredibly joyful, and we're just so honored to receive this, because I think that no matter how anyone is behaving in this world, we're all seeking the same thing. We're all seeking relief, we're all seeking peace, and we're all seeking freedom from our minds. And that's what we do at YogiTriathlete. We combine the science of the mind, the ancient science of yoga, with dynamic swim, bike, and run. And so whatever that is for that athlete, whatever's relative to them, we have this beautiful team that, you know, some people take 1 breath every morning, and some people meditate for 45 minutes every morning. And I think that that's really the directive, right? It's like to meet people exactly where they're at, that you don't have to have any certain level to achieve before you can go in and feel that peace that's already inside. So thank you so much for this recognition. It will give us at least another 20 years of motivation to keep going. And I don't want to hog the microphone. I'm going to hand it over to my husband, BJ, who this wouldn't be what it is without him.
Yeah, thank you. It's tough to follow that. My wife her mission or purpose in this life is to be in front of a mic. So every week we get to do that with our podcast. And it has inspired me to shine my light even brighter, even in those moments when you fall back to those habits that you routinely got into practice and say, oh, no, this isn't for me, it's for you. And this is what we do at YogiTriathlete. We help our athletes. Yes, they do the endurance training, they do the fueling well, they train their minds, but we go underneath to encourage them to find what brings them joy and happiness in the world when they're lost, when they're not quite sure what it is that their purpose is here on this earth. And a lot of times we fall into the outcome of what we do in sports, the finish line, the pace, the amount of miles you accumulate, but there's a layer underneath that we help uncover, and it comes from support, relentless support. It comes from encouraging them to shine their light, never dim their light, and we provide this environment and community to help uncover that and then strengthen that bond. And when they leave us with some tools and some practical how-tos to continue this into their life and bring it into their communities. So I wouldn't have it any other way. When we left in 2016 and I quit my corporate full-time job, left everything, and it really wasn't a van that we rode across the country in, it was a little Honda Fit with our golden retriever and a bunch of camping stuff and 2 bikes and all the gear. We should have used the van. That's something we would do next time. But when we got in that car, we still had ourselves. So we left everything tangible behind, but we still had to work with ourselves for 6 months. And so doing that work internally ourselves to find that joy and love now allows us to teach that to our community of athletes. So this is inspiring. Thank you guys so much. It will feed us for 20 plus years. So thank you.